I just replaced my capacitor and apparently that wasn't the only problem, even though it was rusted out.
What's the brand and model of your HVAC unit? How old is it?
Payne PH13NA030-B It's probably 6 to 7 years old.
How long has this been going on with your Payne unit? What have you tried so far?
Payne PH13NA030-B It's probably 6 to 7 years old.
Anything else we should know to help you best?
I replaced it with the exact same product from Amazon Gentique 27L903-45 plus 5 UF MFD 370 volt. Today? It's been a while.
Hi, my name is Em, your personal HVAC/high expert on JustAnswer. I'm sorry to hear you're having issues with your equipment today. I know firsthand how frustrating that can be. If you give me a few moments, I will provide a response to you on your issue. What is the unit doing or not doing when the thermostat is set to cool mode? Does the indoor blower come on? Does the outdoor unit? Do neither of them come on?
I won't be able to get to the unit tonight because it's raining, but I can tell you about it. I came home and the HVAC was blowing 83 degrees. At first the fan was on in the unit, but the next day it stopped altogether. The HVAC fan is working and the thermostat was installed less than a year ago. The reset button next to the canister compresses when I turn the AC on, and decompresses when it's off, but there's no noise, just a slight buzz to the touch from the reset button when it's on. I replaced the capacitor today and all the wires were transferred one by one to make sure they stayed in the correct positions, but the fan still won't kick on outside. Reset button next to the capacitor.
I understand. If the indoor fan is running but the outdoor unit isn't, a multimeter will be helpful to diagnose this one. I would start by verifying 24 volts is going to the contactor's coil. If you've got 24 volts to the coil, but the contactor magnet isn't pulling in, the contactor is bad. Also, you are going to want to verify 240 volts is on top of the contactor and the bottom, where power goes in from the disconnect, and out to the comp/fan motor. What you are describing, both fan motor nor compressor and outdoor unit coming on, sounds like a bad/improperly wired capacitor. The contactor isn't pulling in, or there is no 240 volts going to the unit, period. Trip breaker, disconnect off, etc. The unit can still produce a light hum if the contactor coil is pulled in, 24 volts being provided from indoor unit, but 240 V isn't going to the compressor or fan motor. Louder hums are usually caused by bad capacitors or compressor/fan motor issues.
I had a friend look at it. I'm hoping he didn't mess with anything. I'll check the HVAC, fan, and see are all in the right positions again. The contactor is pulling in, and the breakers seem fine, so maybe it's the compressor itself? The old capacitor has probably been on there for 6 to 7 years and was rusted. I've been here for a year, but it was definitely neglected. Old capacitor. I didn't get a pic of the new one, but that was definitely shot.
If the contactor is pulling in, and you have voltage, first thing I would verify is that the capacitor is wired right. For both the fan motor and the compressor to remain off, with proper voltages, to me indicates a bad or miswired capacitor, or the contactor could be bad and not sending voltage out. Even though the magnet is pulled in, and it has line voltage to its inlet.
Do the contactor and capacitor typically go out at the same time? It was starting to struggle to cool for a few days before it went out. I just thought the heat in the attic was overpowering the old ductwork, but apparently I was wrong.
It can be random, really. There's no set time with these things, when they go, but a bad capacitor can cause more heat, more amperage, and take things out with it, or heat them up to the point where they will fail shortly after.
Okay, that makes sense. I'll check the wiring tomorrow and then see if I can find a new piece. Is the whole thing called the contactor? How would I be able to find the right one? With the 4th and being in Florida, all the AC people are booked out until next week if I can't fix it.
Yeah, it's just called a contactor. Your unit has a single pole, 30 amp 240V contactor, 24V coil. Grainger will have it, most electrical stores should too, Lowe's and Home Depot probably won't though.
Okay, I'll check it out tomorrow. Thank you.
You are welcome. I hope my answers and insights have been helpful. If you have further questions tomorrow, just let me know. I will respond as soon as I can when I see your message. Have a wonderful night. Tamar.
Thanks so much, you too. Good morning. So does that connector look discolored to you? Contactor.
It does indeed look a little charred up.
Thank you for all your help. I installed the contactor and wasn't getting any power, so I checked the fuses, 240 at the top and nothing at the bottom, so I replaced them and my house is cold again. You were wonderful.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear you are back up and running.
Have a great rest of your day.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.